39. Be ready. Comments. Mr. Chairman, I am glad to have this opportunity of participating in this conference. Quite a bit has been said on the subject of food resources. I know that some of my points may be repetitious. Being a farmer myself and directly associated with the agricultural production, I propose to speak mainly on the subject of feeding the world. Canadian agriculturists feel that we are in a sort of economic dilemma at the present juncture. Everyone is aware or should be aware that the whole basis of our industrial way of life and high standard of living we enjoy here in Canada has been based on the fact that the farmer was able to produce more food than was needed for his family, enabled other families to produce in homes and factories other than things that we need for our modern way of life. Traditionally, we have always enjoyed cheap food because of the efficiency of our farmers. Also, the competition within the industry and the government's deliberate policy have encouraged abundant production. Everyone who reads the newspapers is aware that wheat sales in the past few years have earned very substantial foreign exchange for our country. An examination of our trading history shows that this has always been the case. Variations in markets and production have resulted in high and low periods, but this is not the first high period we have, nor is wheat the only food product we have sold in the markets of the world to the advantage of our country's economy. There appears to be widely held belief that agriculture is a declining industry. Nothing could be farther from the truth. This impression has been probably brought about by the decline in the number of people who engage themselves in agriculture. It is not unreasonable to suppose that in the lifetime of many of us, only 5% of our people will be engaged in food production. Two factors account for this decline. First, technology has made farming much more efficient. New crop plants, better animal nutrition and all the other advances of science combined with the constitution of machines for human labor mean that less people are required for agricultural operations. Second, the industry over the years has been restructured. If we compare and contrast the past and the present circumstances, we will see that in the past, the farmer made most of the tools of production, provided his own power and processed and marketed his own produce. Today, most of the things needed on the farm, including food, are purchased and most of the things sold are delivered in bulk to be processed, packaged and marketed by other people. No one knows definitely how many of our countrymen are engaged in producing farm machinery, chemicals and fertilizers. We also do not know exactly how many of them are engaged in transporting and handling the products produced. In any case, we expect their number to be rather huge. If all these people, including the farmer who actually works on the land, were grouped together, we would get a more realistic idea of the importance of this industry. Naturally, we must all be concerned with the health and welfare of such a gigantic industry. Let me point out of you what is going on in our country. I will try to outline some of the ways in which I think we can help to feed the world. From the statistics available to us, we find that the cause of starvation and malnutrition in many countries of the world is not always scarcity of food, but the fact that a great amount of that food gets spoiled owing to the lack of processing and storage facilities. It has been estimated by some of our economists that in some countries as much as 50% of the food goes to waste because of the lack of proper facilities to handle it. There is a good project in our country where men and women are learning the practical and applicable methods of food processing and preservation. I come from an area which used the most modern methods in food processing, and so I realize its importance. So we owe much of this to the studies which have been carried out by our National Research Institute. We consider research as our most important product, and we should make it available to all the countries of the Commonwealth so that they can better feed their people. We have made some startling breakthroughs in plant breeding. We have introduced and developed new varieties of plants which yield many times the ordinary ones. I am giving you these facts. It stresses the importance of research and to impress on you as strongly as possible the urgency for speeding up research in agriculture. My own country spends about 10 times so much on defense research as on agricultural research. One is to destroy people and the other is to save people. I think research to save people is therefore much more important. Stop.